So your brand new internet router is absolutely filthy. Wait, this is a PS5? This is right. Shit. All right, give me one more. Brand new PlayStation 5 is absolutely filthy. What is going on, guys? My name is Ryan, also known as the Elusive Squirrel. And if you were one of the people lucky enough to get their hands on the PlayStation 5 this holiday season, you know that this system is not only a behemoth, but it's also a huge dust magnet. I mean, this gloss finish that you're seeing on the front of the console just gets dust and scratches covered all over it. And then the vents along the front and the back of the system here just get dust jammed up in them really easily. Now, thankfully, when Sony made this system, they made these white face plates on the side here pop off really easily, which makes the system super easy to clean. And the best thing about it is you don't need anything fancy to clean this system. I mean, if you have like a fancy data vac, that will definitely help, and I'll show you how that can help. But today, I'm just gonna give you like basically a noob edition on how to clean this console. If you wanna spend like 10 bucks to clean it, all you're gonna need is an air duster, a microfiber towel, and a nice bonus is a toothbrush to kind of scrub the dust out of those hard to reach places. All right, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the system and I'll show you how I clean mine. Okay, so if you're like me and you have your system up vertically, you're gonna wanna tip it over and you just wanna unscrew the base on the bottom of the console. This is super easy. You just need a flathead screwdriver to undo this. Okay, perfect. We just popped off the base. Make sure to not lose the screw to that guy because you're going to want to use the base no matter what way you're laying the system. I even had some dust layered up on the stand itself. Okay, so this next part seems really scary. It feels like you shouldn't be doing it, especially like me. I usually never get into consoles. I never like open them up or anything. But Sony literally built it to be this way. So you can remove these super easy by just putting your hand behind this PlayStation logo here. And then while pulling up, you have to push down. So see, that popped off really easily. Here you can see the hooks that kind of connect with the casing here. You can see all the indents where they would go. Then you have that huge, noisy PlayStation 5 fan. Now there is a fix to get this fan from not being so loud and sounding like a jet engine. Well, I'll probably dive into that one at a different video. Okay, so we're gonna clean the faceplates, but we're gonna do that last here. So I'm gonna put this guy down to the side. And now the system itself on this side doesn't look too bad. You can see some dust building up by the fan, kind of in this area right here. You can see some dust residue building up, but really in those grates. I don't know if the camera's really doing a great job of picking it up, but there's already some dust buildup. The system's only been out for like 2.5, 3 months at this point, so I would routinely do this, maybe like once every month or two. Open this guy up, give it a nice clean. Now, if you do have something like a data vac, they actually have these spots right here where you put the nozzle of that data vac in there and safely clean the system. So to start, I'm just gonna go over the casing and the fan here with some air duster. Like I said, you can usually find this for like $5, $4 at like Walmart or any big box retailer. This will just get the easy to get off stuff here. Gonna go ahead and get it right into the fan there. Okay, cool. So I did a light brush over on this side. I'm gonna quickly pop off the other plate and do it to the other side. And then again, same thing on this side, the upper left part here on the back of the console. Put your hand there and then kind of pull up and then down. There we go. That one is a little bit more resistant because you do have the disc tray slot right there. But again, it's got all those different hooks to keep it in. And then obviously this is where your discs go. We will clean that separate. And then here you have your disk drive and then another fan going on here. Same deal though, all these grates is where it really gets dusty. So you're gonna wanna make sure to go over that first with the air duster again. Okay, so we quickly went over both sides of the console with canned air. Next step we're gonna do is just use a microfiber towel and kind of just pick up any dust that the air duster didn't get off itself. These towels are great for cleaning any kind of electronic. And again, these systems aren't too dirty. They've only been out for like 3 months now. It's just a basic layer of dust that started to accumulate on my console. It's not a huge deal, but I think it's just good system maintenance, especially if you're gonna pay $500 for a console. Just go over it really quick, clean it, make sure everything is okay with the system itself. It's really easy to clean this gloss part as well while the cover's off. I know this is just a dust magnet right here. This finish, I'm not a huge fan of. It just gets dinged up. It reminds me of like the old PS3s. How they were just a scratch magnet. But see, I mean, using that towel, we cleaned it up really well. Now we're gonna quickly get to this side. This side had a lot more heavy duty kind of dust on it. So we're just gonna make sure to get a really good wipe down there. This area specifically is already looking a ton better. And you can keep cleaning this. You can remove the shell and go even further. But again, I'm just doing kind of a noob edition of how to clean your console. So we're just gonna keep this on. I'm not a huge fan of taking these things apart. I know a lot of other people aren't as well. So that's who this video is mainly for. Okay, now that we have this bad boy wiped off, we're gonna throw that to the side, and now we're gonna grab a toothbrush. I think this is a great call because it really helps get all the dust out of those hard to reach areas, like all these fan vents here. I'll kind of flip it over so you can see how I'm doing this. But these parts are really hard to get, man. There's some dust that really sticks in there. So if you just go over all these spots with a toothbrush, it can actually be really helpful. Okay, we got a lot of the hard to reach areas, but again, even though the back isn't bad on my system yet, I'm still gonna go through, try to get any loose dust out that I can on this side, and then we'll flip it over. And we will run the same kind of drill here with the toothbrush. And then finally, again, right to the back, brush up all these back vents here. Make sure we get in there nice and good. So now we're gonna put this bad boy to the side and we're gonna clean out the faceplates really quick. That's honestly the easiest part. And then we'll put this bad boy all back together. Okay, here's the disk drive faceplate. And again, I know the lighting kind of doesn't do it justice, but these things attract like animal hair. If you have cats or dogs, it's gonna get covered in those. There's dust all over it. It's not like too crazy of a deal. You can go over it really quick with one of these airbrushes. Kind of get any of the loose stuff off here. Most cases, that's fine. You can just use the air duster. But I'm just really gonna quickly kind of go over some of the tougher spots here. Just make sure everything's off it. And then I'm gonna get underneath the hooks with the toothbrush. Again, these are really easy. Don't overthink the faceplates. Honestly, it might be even a little bit of overkill using the toothbrush here. Maybe as the console gets older, that's useful. But yeah, really right there. I mean, it's already cleaner. It looks a lot better. That's ready to get back onto the console. And then our second plate. Gonna do a quick wipe down. Honestly, these hooks aren't really off the plate as much, so I'm gonna leave the toothbrush to the side on that one. We don't really need it. I would say this plate is all set and good to go. It goes without saying, guys, when you have the plates off this, even when you have the plates on it, you do want to be very careful handling this. You don't want to drop it, especially when all this is exposed. So when putting this back on, you're just going to do the reverse of what you normally do. You'd see there's a couple different spokes, and the hooks slide right into the casing there, and then there's a spot for the spoke on the backside. So you will just simply put the case back on. They'll kind of fall into place there, and boom, you'll feel it click right back into place. This guy is snug and back secured onto the system. Again, just line up the hooks with where they'd go in the casing. Boom, it snaps right back in just like that. You'll hear a loud, satisfying snap. Now all we need is that stand back on the bottom, and we're all set and good to go. All right, guys, we got the stand back on the bottom there. The system is all set up and ready to be played. And even though the system wasn't super dirty, seeing all the dust get into these vents gets really irritating. So I just wanted to make a really quick video on how to safely open this guy up and just give it a quick tune-up. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And if you're into the PS5 or the Xbox Series X, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button below. I'm going to be making tons of videos covering these two systems and the software for them. That's all for this video, and I hope you guys have a great day. Yeah, oh yeah. That kid's pretty good.